all the day ones, all the new subscribers, likes, comments, and feedback. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. How's everybody out there doing today? What's going on today? Man, I'm working on something, man. I'm working on something. Uh, there's all kinds. There's different ways of skinning a cat, man. You know, you got Frank Lucas, the mayor, and you got Brad Lucas, the deputy from Tapaloosa County. So Frank Lucas just became mayor again. I think he got reelected last year. So Mayor Lucas has opposition. The Mayor Lucas has opposition, man. When you're in political, uh, your opposition is always looking for an upper hand on you. I don't know, man. I don't play with my meat flute, man. I got a wife, and if I ever had kind of needs like that, so I don't recommend any kind of deviancies, man. It's bad for your soul, bad for your mind. Uh, I recommend you go find you a girlfriend, a wife, uh, and go about it that way, man. So Frank Lucas, he got reelected to be Jackson's Cap mayor again. So there has to be other opposition, right? Frank Lucas Frank Lucas has counterparts. Town hall meetings. And I guarantee you, somebody on those panels, town hall meetings, uh, Even the person that Frank Lucas, I was reading last night, man. He went against somebody that was running for mayor. He beat him. So I'm gonna start doing all kinds of shit, man. All right, I'm gonna start reaching out to the oppositions of Frank Lucas, news reporters. All right. Why doesn't Brad Lucas want to come out and make a statement? Now we need to go find Brad Lucas and bring him out, one way or another. Pressure, bust pipes. All right, and it's time for me to start putting pressure on Frank Lucas and on Bradley Lucas. Right? It's time for me to put pressure on them dudes. We need answers. I need answers. I need answers from Brad Lucas and Frank Lucas. So I'm going to start putting the pressure on Frank Lucas and on Brad Lucas. I'm going to start applying pressure from all motherfucking angles. We're either going to get a diamond in the rough, or we're going to get some burst pipes. I'm tired of this shit, man. Ain't nobody going to get the upper hand. Nobody's going to normalize this fucking dude, Mark Moore. And ain't nobody going to be making profit off the victims. So starting from today on, I'm going to start putting pressure on Frank Lucas and on Brad Lucas. From all angles, reporters, town hall. I'm gonna blow that Jackson Cap secret to the masses of Alabama. Maybe his counterparts are unaware on how Brad Lucas became a deputy. Right? It's easier to become a deputy if your cousin is the mayor of the town. But somewhere in there's called small town corruption. Small town corruption. Like I said it before, Brad. There's a reason Brad doesn't want to come out and speak. Is Brad breaking the law out here? Taking it against everybody that looks against Mark? Or is he being a protective and servant of the community? I don't know, man. But moving forward today, I'm going to start forcing and putting pressure on Frank Lucas and Brad Lucas. The pressure is going to be applied from all angles. I'm going to reach out to all his counterparts. All of Frank Lucas' counterparts. From town hall representative, from the secretary, from everybody in that town hall meeting. I will get to the bottom of this eventually. Like I said, man, I got off the case for a little bit. But I'm back on, man. I'm back on. And moving forward, I'm going to start reaching out to all the contacts that Frank Lucas got, his counterparts in the Jackson Cap, the Tallapoosa Police Department, the Tallapoosa news reporter. I'm going to go all in, man. I don't care what people feel. Oh, nobody has gotten to the bottom of the truth. So you know what? I'm picking up the battle up again, man. And I'm going to start reaching out to everybody that Frank Lucas has ever fucking talked to and let them know what Brad Lucas is up to. Especially their counterparts. Because I got a bone to pick with these pieces of shit, right? You got that dude from Detroit thinking that he's all safe and comfortable. Nah, man, I'm just letting you make it right now. I'm letting you make it right now, man. All right, we got our court date. When the court date's over with, and we get the courts decide who was wronged or not, all fucking gloves are coming the fuck off. I'm gonna be up on here periodically, daily, 2-3 times a motherfucking day. Right. The dude lives in a motherfucking glass shit box, man. Right. He can't pay for fucking home insurance, let alone vehicle insurance. This dude's a fucking negligence driver, negligence father. Right? You got tickets for unlawful restraint of a child. Unlawful restraint of a child. You're a careless parent. You're too worried about dirty Snickers. If I was you, I done told you before, bro. Go to Home Depot. If you don't got a ladder, they'll rent you a ladder there. They'll provide you. You got to pay a fee. You get you a box of nails, a pallet of shingles. But if I was a betting man, I bet that plywood is all dry rot. You got fungus growing on that motherfucking roof. You got sprouts, fungus, mildew coming out of that roof. You and your kids are breathing that. Breathing in all that toxicity from rainwater damage. But you'd rather be on YouTube trying to normalize Mark Moore instead of being a protector, a provider. You don't even have time to buckle up your own seed. Every time I put my kid in the seat, he got the seatbelt on, man. I don't want him flying out the window. You, on the other hand, got tickets for unlawful restraint, negligence driver. You talk highly about yourself, but when in reality, truth, you're just a fucking bum from Detroit. Every time I see American Jeweler, I see you in that fucking pawn shop, man. You're a fucking bum. Trying to live off of Mark Moore, man. But you know what? I'm going to stop that, man. I'm going to start putting pressure on Frank Lucas. And on Brad Lucas. All right? All you have to do is stir up the pot. And I'm going to stir up the pot from many angles. From all the angles. Frank Lucas. You will be contacted soon from a news reporter. You will be contacted from several other sources. All it takes, man. I'm going to be a salesman. I'm going to be a salesman going from door to door to see if anybody wants to listen to the corruption of Jackson Cap, Alabama. Small town secrets. What kind of small town secrets does Jackson Cap, Alabama have? As you can see, there's a lot of secrets in Jackson Cap, Alabama. Is it a sundown town? Is Jackson Cap one of them sundown towns? That's the thing, man. I'm going to start putting pressure on Frank Lucas through different angles. He just got reelected again. So I know a counterpart must feel some type of way. Whoever he ran, Frank Lucas worked. Before Frank Lucas became mayor, he worked at Tallapoosa County Jail. Tapaloosa. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tapaloosa, Alabama. That's where Frank Lucas, the mayor, was a deputy himself at one time. So I got a whole department to reach out to, man. Not only that, but I got to reach out to Jackson Cap Council, Town Hall, and let them know what's going on here, man. Is there corruption? Corruption in the small town of Alabama, Jackson Cap. What kind of dark towns, what kind of small town secrets are being hid? Nobody wants to get to the bottom of the truth. Nobody. Nobody wants to get Brad Lucas. Everybody wants to get Brad, but they want to get a fake Brad. We need to hear what Brad Lucas got to say. I don't care what Mark got. I'm tired of hearing about Mark. Mark is just fucking nonsense, man. All right. I'm tired of hearing lies. I want to hear the truth from somebody like Brad Lucas. So maybe if I start applying pressure, he'll come out. All right. It's like whack-a-mole. I'm gonna have to start playing whack-a-mole. Oh, it's not you. I don't want you to come out, so I gotta whack you. Oh, it's not you. I gotta whack him. Make you go back in. I need the other mole to come out. So one way or another, I guarantee you, I am gonna get a statement from Brad Lucas. One way or a fucking other. We can either do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours. Since everybody likes fleece, right? We can either do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours. So it's gonna be up to Brad Lucas, man. I given him and Frank Lucas every fucking benefit of the doubt, man. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting, man. So now it's time for me to apply pressure from all angles. Once the pressure's being applied, it's gonna be up to him if he wants to come out or not. But I don't think Brad and Frank Lucas have been feeling the pressure like I've been feeling the pressure. It's time for them to feel the pressure. It's time for them to feel the pressure. And if they ain't got nothing to hide, it shouldn't be a problem to make a statement. Shouldn't be no problem. But if they wanted to keep it in under control and brush it under the rug, well, you know what? I'm gonna be that broken broom. I'm not gonna brush nothing under the fucking rug. I don't work. Broken. That's what's gonna happen from now on. Starting today, I will start reaching out to Frank Lucas's counterparts. and letting them know, are they aware of Brad Lucas being a felon and now being a deputy? How is this possible without corruption? Corruption, right? Based off that documentary, Jackson Cap, Alabama, has very dangerous small town secrets. We need to start pulling out them secrets out of Jackson Cap. And by the only way doing that is by applying pressure. Applying pressure. You got to apply pressure at the right trigger points for you to have a good results. So I'm going to start hitting them trigger points. Start getting muscles to start spazzing them up and start getting reactions out of them. I'm going to start hitting the hornet's nest. See if they can come out here and bite me. Because Frank Lucas and Brad Lucas are the puzzle to this. It's the last piece. It's the last piece. Brad Lucas there was many victims. Victims turned into participators. Based off that documentary, there was a lot of victims that turned into participants. Willingly, unwillingly, but at the end of the day, they became part of the problem. Brad Lucas was the only victim in that documentary. Brad Lucas is the only one that got forced upon. Weapons to his neck and eye. But if Brad Lucas was the real victim, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding? Is there corruption in that small town, Jackson Cap, Alabama? Corruption in a small town. So I'm going all in, man. I'm going all in. I'm back again. And I'm back with the fucking, you see? I should have never got off the case. But I'm back on it, man. I'm back on it. And my first is reaching out to the town hall. Frank Lucas just I put the dark, I put you back in the dark, man. You know, people like being in the dark, man. You know, but sometimes you got to bring stuff out to the light. All right. So if you go and look at the Jackson Cap Facebook page, Frank Lucas' information is public information. He's a public figure. All you have to do is go to the Jackson Cap website. And there you can see his number. You can see everything from Mr. Frank Lucas. Not only that, but you can see who he just defeated in the race for mayor. So the loser that lost to Frank Lucas, he wants some news he can use for the next election. Corruption. Right? Frank Lucas just won the election not too long ago. I think last year or this year. I don't know. I got to go read him some more. Right? But he's mayor again. So his counterpart that lost, he's probably wants some news he can use. Investigating, digging up. How did Brad Lucas become deputy? Well, the mayor forgot to sign off. The mayor signed off on it. Corruption. It just has to be brought to the proper channel. And that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start knocking on doors. I'm going to be a salesman. I'm going to be knocking on every fucking door until Brad Lucas comes out. I'm going to shake that motherfucking tree till that little Brad apple falls off of it. And I put it in my basket. You got to shake the tree strong enough. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put pressure on them. I don't know if Brad wants his wife to know. Does Brad want to know? I don't know how far Brad wants to go with it, right? Does he want the whole counterparts to know? Because that's what I'm going to plan to do. Everybody that's in their inner circle, enemy, I will be reaching out to them. I don't care if they close the door on me. There will be some that will listen, and they will be intrigued, and they will want to know more. So all I have to do is plant the seed. That's all I have to do. So one way or another, I'm going to get it. It's time for them to feel some pressure. I don't give a fuck that the dude's a mayor. I don't give a fuck that Brad's a deputy. I don't give a fuck. I'm not intimidated by that shit. At the end of the day, they got more to lose than what I do. They're public figures. They're mayors, deputies. I'm just a fucking moron, an idiot that has too much time on his hands. Right? I'm not a public figure such as Frank Lucas. So you have to start putting pressure on these dudes. Make them come out the dark. Make them come out. They will be receiving emails, screenshots, clippings. Till eventually somebody comes out. Like I said, Brad Lucas, Frank Lucas are public figures. They're here to serve the community. Public figures, public servants. I found Brad Lucas a long time ago, man. But it's time for me to start putting pressure on him. It's time for me to start putting pressure on Brad Lucas and on Frank Lucas. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Right? You're either gonna come and say a statement on your own, or your hand is gonna get forced by other hands. Right? It's that sad, man. Yes, yes, he does. Because like I said before, man, Brad can come in and say, you know what, Mark didn't do it. And I owe Mark an apology. If Brad comes out and says, hey, Mark didn't do it, man, I owe Mark Moore an apology. But I highly doubt that. All right. I highly doubt that. Because if there was any kind of grounds for a civil suit, I guarantee you Mark would be suing Jonathan Schwartz right now. Just like I'm suing Dante. I'm suing Dante because Dante said some shit about me, calling me a rapist, a pedophile, or all this shit he called me. Right? And that's why I'm suing his bitch ass. That's why I'm suing his bitch ass for defamation of my character, cyberbullying. Now, how come Mark, if Jonathan Schwartz said the same thing, he called Mark a serial rapist, a manipulator, a gaslighter, everything you can call it in the book of him being a fucking rapist. How come Mark Moore hasn't taken no legal action? And try to get some closure. I'm suing Dante Bell for defamation of my character. Everything that piece of shit said about me, 90.9% is wrong, inaccurate. Inaccurate. So why wouldn't I sue this piece of shit? He's not telling the truth. But apparently, Jonathan Schwartz is telling the truth on Mark Moore, since Mark Moore is not deciding to take any kind of legal actions. No kind of legal actions is Mark decided to take upon Jonathan Schwartz. Nothing. Not even thought about it. Not even talked about it. Because he has a lost case. Now, me on my other hand, like I said, that piece of shit said 99.9% false statements that have me shunned, that have made me become an outcast, emotional distress, potential future earnings loss, based off all this defamation of slander character. Now that I'm getting back into the mood, here in a little bit when I come back from my doctor's appointment, I'm gonna turn on my laptop. I'm gonna hook up my hard drive, my external hard drive, and we're gonna go through all these videos that we have of this piece of shit dude. We're gonna go through the fake Mendenhall video. We're gonna go through the Betty the Cook video. We're gonna go through the video of him, a 10-hour live calling me Francisco. Which all this time he knew he was in the wrong. But he didn't think that I was gonna go that far and take his ass to court. He thought that he was going to be able to talk shit about me and I was just going to sit here and accept it. No, I don't accept nothing laying down. I'm not Mark Moore and I'm not Brad Lucas either. You try to make me a victim. Now I'm with the vengeance now. I want blood now. I want blood. Because I got you in court right now. I got you in court. Leveling the playing field. So when we go to court and you lose, because the pure malice, the pure intentions are there, man. There's no denying it, what your intentions were. To have me shunned, to have me become an outcast, assassinate my character. But I'm not Mark Moore. I'm not guilty of that shit. All right. Believe me, if I was guilty, I wouldn't be on YouTube. If I had a shady past, I wouldn't be on YouTube. Everything's public knowledge. Everything's public knowledge. Everything. Public information. Everything's public, man. So you got to ask yourself, man, how come Mark Moore hasn't taken the proper steps to sue Jonathan Schwartz? Somebody that's made millions off your defamation of character, as you say it, as you said everything is false and it was a reenactment and it was all made up. He was high on his horse. Remember every video? I'm gonna drop the paperwork. I'm dropping the paperwork. I'm dropping the paperwork. That paperwork gonna get your ass in trouble, boy. That paperwork got your ass in trouble. Because you're a piece of shit, deadbeat dad that can't be a provider and a protector. Going on a run for not paying. You could have paid $2,700 for your fucking kid, man. $2,700 and raising a kid ain't shit, man. It takes a lot more than $2,700 to raise a child, bro. And you couldn't even provide $2,700 for your own seed. It takes a lot more than $2,700 to raise a son, a daughter. That's just bare minimum. Can't be a provider, a protector, but you sure can be a savior for Mark Moore. Ain't nobody talking about Mark, but at the same time, you don't even buckle up your own child. You don't put the safety as priority of yourself and your kids. Your priority is Mark Moore. Well, since your priority is Mark Moore, I'm going to do your kids and the family a solid. I need to get Mark Moore away from you so you can concentrate on your family and be a father, a husband, a protector, a motivator, instead of being a deadbeat dad. Look at the house you live in, man. You'd rather be on YouTube making content and hoping that you get a check at the end of the month from YouTube. Hoping. Instead of getting up, lacing up your boots, and clocking in that work and getting that guaranteed money every Friday. But you're too lazy to do that. I can tell on the way you're living. Your environment. Your house looks like a fucking borderline trap house. It looks like a fucking borderline trap house, man, with 2x4s as window locks. You got 2x4s as your window locks. You don't even have fucking curtains. You have like fucking sheets. You don't even have actual fucking blinds. You don't even have actual fucking blinds or curtains. You got like blankets or sheets used as fucking blinds. Now, if that ain't the definition of a fucking border house, trap house, I don't fucking know. You got burglary bars on the windows. Fucking house is decapitating, man. This fucking house is just unhabitable, man. I can just imagine the inside, how the staleness, the fucking mildew, the moldness, the smell of old mildew fucking house, and then having dog feces around. Man, you're a savage, dude. That's the definition of pure savageness. You should have used some of that money that you were getting off of Mark Moore, gone to Home Depot, even Lowe's, man, and got you some motherfucking blinds, bro. You don't even have blinds. Can y'all, let me paint y'all a description of this dude's house, man. You drive by, you see burglary bars. You don't see no fucking blinds or curtains. You see fucking like towels or sheets or comforters. What? It's almost like a fucking, like a trap house, man. Because only people that put up sheets and 2x4s as window locks, man, that fucking, if you were my neighbor, I'd go over there to try to help you out, man. I'd be like, God damn, man, you making all the property look bad on this bitch. But you know what? You live next to a fucking vacant house. So I know that fucking vacant house full of fucking rats. So I know your house is full of fucking rats. You just one dirty motherfucker, bro. Based off the way you living, it ain't looking good. You live next door to a vacant apartment, vacant house, man. Boarded up. I bet you that motherfucking boarded up house full of fucking rats. Full of fucking rats. There ain't no food there, but you got all them goddamn dogs over there. Them rats over there having a fucking feast over there at that motherfucking trap house. Why? Because if you ain't fixing the fucking roof, I damn sure know you ain't fixing the motherfucking, I done told you to fix the garage door. You ain't fixed that. You ain't fixed the roof. So I know damn well you ain't covered up the rat's highway. You have not covered up the rat's highway, man. They got a highway from that vacant house to your home because you got food over there. You got dogs, and if you ain't cleaning up the outside of your house, I know damn sure you ain't cleaning up the inside of your home. You can't be doing, fuck no. If you ain't taking care of the outside of your home, man, I can just imagine how your inside looks. I can just fucking imagine. And then living next to a fucking vacant home, I can just imagine the rats. Rat infested, bed bug ridden. Damn, man. But again, he wants to come up on here wearing a fucking backyard squirrel fur coat. That fur coat made of backyard squirrels, man. If not from fucking dead rats. Because you got a heavy population of heavy rats living in that vacant. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that vacant house next to where you live at, I say there's a multi-generational rat infestation there, living there. And they're your neighbors. They go over there, chop it up with you while you asleep. Go eat your dog's food off the tray. Go put on some motherfucking blinds, man. Borderline, man. For me to find houses like you in my vicinity, I gotta leave my area, man. I gotta go like to South Dallas to be able to go replicate your house. That dude got Master Splinter living in that motherfucking house. Master Splinter. That's what I don't get, man. It's social media, all these content creators. I'd be watching out for these guys, man. Watch out for all these content creators on social media. They're not really who they are, man. This dude had me fooled. I thought he had something. He ain't got shit, man. He ain't got nothing. I give him that. He got the little pocket pissing. But I wouldn't be too proud of that. Nothing wrong with having a emotional living trap house. I think, man, my last time I lived in a trap house, I was like 16, 17 years old, man. I left that to other ones. The other ones live in this car. Yeah, they do, bro. They do, man. And that's the sad part about it, man. A lot of these dudes are barely making it, man. Some will tell you straight out, man, I'm having hard times. I need help. And they still don't have no dignity, man. Me, I would never be asking anybody on social media for a handout. I would never post my Cash App. I would never post any kind of looking for a handout. Fuck, I'm still able to go get it myself what I want, right? If I want something so bad, believe me, I go get it. Look at the one named June. Hey, that dude was homeless before I met him, man. I think when I met him, he was homeless. Yeah, that's bad, man. I can't do that, bro. I'm a man. You know, and I look at myself in the mirror and I can cut my balls, right? I grab my balls and I'm like, hey, I still got them. I need to act like a man. Right? And if I have kids, mouth to feed, believe me, man. Believe me. I'm out there getting it either way. I'm either out there taking chances with my life of freedom, but I'm bringing home the bacon. My kids, my wife are not going to go without. Right? As a man, it's my responsibility to take those chances. Not like these pieces of shits that rather be on social media. Crabs in the bucket mentality. Let's see who I can step on over today to climb the ladder of social media. Y'all work and hope for 1 month to get paid. 1 month. Y'all depend on views and clicks. You sell yourself. You're prostituting yourself. You're prostituting yourself to get a YouTube check on a monthly basis. On the month. Do you know how much shit you can do in a month? Instead of fucking being on YouTube and trying to get a check. A maybe check. That's a maybe. A maybe. I don't like maybes. I like guaranteed money, man. Guaranteed money. I like guaranteed money. I don't like what ifs. I don't like playing with my life with what ifs. I like guaranteed money. All right. Wrap this up. Take this to Arkansas. Take it to Alabama. Take it to Mississippi. It's the chances you take. It's the chance you take. But I'm not going to be begging, asking hardworking people to feed me. How does it look like for me to expect you to go to work and for me to ask you for your hard work money? If I can go buy me a Starbucks coffee or buy me something that I need. A grifter, a beggar. If that's the case, go get your motherfucking sign and go stand at the exit or entry port of a highway and beg for money every day. Because if you do it for 20, 30 bucks, let's say you get lucky and you get $100 a day, which you don't. You make about 10, 20, 30 bucks a day. You're better off panhandling, man. You're better off working a minimum job. A minimum wage job, man. Instead of being on YouTube. You said that YouTube has given you more money than what you ever had. And now I look at your living condition and that tells me you've never had no money in your pocket before. So a few $1,000s in your pocket makes you the top of the world. Because you speak so highly of what YouTube has done for you. Oh man, YouTube's been good for me. I made more money than what I was doing driving 3 trucks in a year. I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell, man. You drive I don't know if it's a Suburban or a Tahoe, but I think it's a Suburban. And then you got like a Ford Escape too, or an Explorer. You don't got no fucking Wagoneer, man. Right? You're a fake persona. That's what I'm going to do starting moving forward, man. Start applying pressure on Frank Lucas, Brad Lucas. I'm going to start applying pressure on them guys and see how far we can get. Right? I'm not going to apply pressure directly to them. Other people from different angles are going to apply the pressure. I'm just going to stir up the pot like I always do. I'm just going to stir it up. I'm not going to go directly to Frank or Brad. No. They need to be held accountable. I'm not going to say we. I'm going to say I need answers. I'm not going to say we because I'm not going to include everybody else, man. I'm going to say I need answers, right? I don't care about anybody else. I need answers. And moving forward, I'm going to start putting pressure on Frank Lucas and on Brad Lucas. Maybe once their counterparts in their inner circle starts questioning them and they can't avoid them, maybe we'll get some clarity. Maybe then we'll get a statement. Maybe then. But we don't know until the pressure starts getting applied. And I don't care what Brad Lucas comes out on. My platform, that platform, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I just want a statement. So when your inner circle starts questioning you, your counterparts start questioning you, it makes it a lot harder to avoid the situation. You can avoid me, but you can't avoid your counterparts. You can't avoid the inner circle. And since Frank Lucas is a public figure, people are interested in public figures, especially in corruption. You got to ask yourself, what are they trying to cover up? What are they trying to hide? As being a public figure and a public servant, your number one responsibility is to protect the public and to serve the public. And by you not making statements on a horrific crime, well, then you're not holding your obligations to the public as being a public figure. So that's why we got to start holding people accountable. And the sad part about it is that as we speak, somebody's still going through it. As we speak, there's a Brad Lucas going through it right now. As we speak. If I was a public figure, I would feel an honor to be the voice of reasoning, to show that, look, I went through that. Like the Andy Dufresne moment. You know how Andy Dufresne went through, he crawled through 3 football fields of sewage. But when he came out clean as a whistle, huh? That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start applying pressure where pressure needs to be applied. Not by me. Just like I found Brad and Frank, I'm going to start finding all their inner circle, all their counterparts, and just start reaching out to them. One by one by one. Are you aware of this? If not, here you go. Are you aware of this? 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 Here you go. I will be reaching to all and every of their past, recent counterparts. All right. Pressure bust pipes, or pressure will build a diamond. We'll see. We will see, man. Because I'm going to start, it's not manipulation. It's just getting to the facts. Hopefully, my voice doesn't go on deaf ears. Hopefully, my pleas and my askings go unheard. But like I said, my only question is, what if Brad Lucas wants to Brad needs to come out and say that. Brad Lucas needs to come out and say that. Right? He needs to come out and say that. Not nobody else. That's the thing. Nobody needs to speak. No, nobody needs to be speaking up for Brad Lucas. Brad Lucas is a big boy. He can speak up for himself. And that's what we need. Right? I need to hear. I need to hear. And that way, it's a simple yes or no. It's how much Brad Lucas wants his life to be interrupted moving forward. I'm through, man. I'm through. Brad Lucas is the last piece that can give Mark and the rest of the victims justice. So if I have to force Brad Lucas' hand into coming out, I'm going to have to do that. If I have to start applying pressure on Brad Lucas for him to come out and say, hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Noel. Well, then I will continue to apply pressure until I get a statement that says, leave me alone. Right? Until then, I ain't stopping. I'm just starting today. Right? That's what I'm shooting for. My intentions are to get Brad Lucas' attention. Make him come out. Make him come out. One way or another. So starting today, I will start with Frank Lucas counterparts. Since Frank Lucas is in a high position, and he's more of a public figure. He has more counterparts. He has people that lost the election to him. So there's people always looking for the upper hand. I'm just curious, man, on how a felon like Brad Lucas was able to become a deputy. I'm just curious, man. And that the documentary was studied and watched at seminars. Because according to Frank Lucas, the documentary was watched at plenty seminars. Talked about. But there's more to the story. There's more to the story. The dynamics of power switching, right? We all know out here in the free world, the cops run it. The cops can pull you over and they can say you did something. They saw you do it. They set you up. Out here, 9 out of 10 times, an officer's word is gold. And even then, you'll still have to go through the process to plead your innocence. But 9 out of 10 times, what a cop says goes. The cop has the power to arrest you. And if they want, they can let you go. They can pull you over, put the handcuffs in you, put you in the back seat of the car, and then they feel like it, they can let you go out. Do you see the power, the dynamic power that Brad didn't have? Brad didn't have that power when he was at Limestone. He was a victim at the hands of Mark and Jerry. So deep down, Jackson Cap is a racist town. Jackson Cap, Alabama is a racist town. Jackson Cap is a racist town. So if the town is racist, what kind of small town dark secrets are being held in the dark? Are innocent men being convicted? Just because you look like Mark? I'm locking your ass up. I have the power and the authority to do it now. So something's kind of off in the air. If you're a public servant and you don't want to do your public duty as being the voice and speaking, hey, I was a victim of that, and now I am this, right? Or as a simple statement, hey, I don't want to talk about it. That's it. Leave me alone. If Brad was to reach out and say, hey, man, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. That was my past. I would respectfully leave Brad Lucas alone. But he hasn't told me nothing. So I can't stop if he doesn't tell me to stop. So when Brad Lucas tells me something, then I will respectfully oblige his request. But until then, I will be reaching out to an inner circle, counterparts, And eventually, if pressure works, he'll reach out one way or another. He will reach out. So I have to start applying pressure where pressure needs to be applied. I need to start applying the pressure. Pressure that nobody else has applied. And I ask myself that. Right? I step out the mix and I'm thinking, okay, let them people get to the bottom of it. Are they? Fuck no. They're not doing nothing to get to the truth. They want to normalize Mark Moore's behavior. They want to profit off of it. They don't want the honest truth. They don't want the statement from Brad Lucas. They don't want that. But I do. I want the truth. Like I said, I might have to apologize to Mark. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that I have to apologize to him, but the possibility is there. But like I said, I personally need him to tell me to stop. Not nobody in the comments, not nobody in the chat. It needs to be Brad. Nobody else. Because y'all have had, I've stopped talking about it for like about 2-3 months already. And I don't even watch nothing. Right? I don't even watch none of y'all's bullshit. Because that's what it is, bullshit. Ain't none of y'all trying to get to the bottom of the truth. Hey. About to cut it short. Gotta go to some doctor's appointments. But letting y'all know, man, I'm gonna start reaching out to certain people. Hopefully, Brad can come out the woodworks and tell me to stop personally. If he don't like it, I'm not gonna stop till it's personally Brad, right? And I know who Brad is. I know where he's at. Right? That's why I'm gonna start applying pressure. Pressure that where he can't avoid it, right? He can avoid me. I'm just some random guy from Texas. He can avoid me all he wants, but he can't avoid his counterparts, his inner circle. And maybe then he'll come out and tell me to stop. He don't want to be. He don't want nothing. Right? All he has to say is, "Look, man, I don't want to be involved. That's it. And keep my name out your mouth." Hey, I'll respectfully do it. I will respectfully do it, man. But it has to come from him. All right? It has to come from Brad Lucas. Since nobody's trying to get to the bottom of it, nobody's trying to get to the truth of it, man. Everybody's trying to still profit off of Mark one way or another. Not off of Mark, off the victims, man. You're trying to profit off the victims. I think moving forward, man, I'm not going to monetize none of my videos. Moving forward, I'm not going to monetize none of them. Right? None of them. I'm just going to upload it. Fuck it. I'm not going to monetize the video. I'm moving forward, I'm not going to monetize them no more. I'm not going to monetize them. I'm just going to put them up there, and whatever it is, right? That way I can say I'm not profiting off the victims. I want to be able to say that too, that I'm not profiting off the victims. And the only way that I can say that I'm not profiting off the victims is not by monetizing my videos. That's the only way. To speak on what I care about without getting compensated, without any kind of monetary gain. Let's take the monetary gain out the equation, and let's see if I have the same feeling for it. So, moving forward, I will no longer be monetizing my videos. If they're based off of Mark Moore, Brad Lucas, or anything with this Mark Moore saga, they will not be monetized. I'm just going to upload it, and wherever it goes, it goes. I don't want to be part of the people saying, hey, that I'm profiting off the victims, because in a way, I am, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be contradicting myself and no. So moving forward, any of my videos that have to do anything with Mark Moore saga, I'm not monetizing them. And that's because I don't want to be a part of the problem of profiting off the victim's misery. I don't want to do that. But I still want to speak the truth and put the truth out there, in my opinion. And because everybody that so-called wants to expose Mark has their own agenda. They all want easy money. They all want Cash App. They all want people to super chat them. They all want people to come and watch my videos. All for what? For you can try to get some kind of money off the victims? Nah, man. Y'all have had enough time. The time that y'all have had, if y'all wouldn't have fucked up my shit, I would have already got to the bottom truth of Mark Moore. But since y'all told Frank Lucas that I'm over here trying to profit off the victims and made me into looking into a lie, well, now I got to find somebody that can get his ear. All right? It's not going to be me. I just have to be the playmaker. And since he's a public figure, everything's public knowledge, right? who's in his Facebook group chat, you know, who's in the fucking in the town hall Facebook page. You know, I'll go make me a Facebook page and I'll start flooding that fucking town hall Facebook page of Jackson Cap. As long as I keep it respectfully and I abide by the YouTube or Facebook community guidelines, I should be okay. Right? All I'm doing is reaching out. Where's Elkhart? Where's Elkhart, Texas at, man? I've never heard of Elkhart. Is that a small town? Like, it must be like East Texas or West Texas, man. I ain't never heard of Elkhart. I'm pretty sure it exists. I'm not saying it don't. I'm pretty sure it does, some little town. Oh, next to Palestine. Oh, by Houston, huh? Is it Houston? I don't know, man. I've really never really left my own fucking city too. You know what I mean? See that we need him to clarify, like how you said it. He said it in the documentary. If he had no problem saying it in the documentary, he should have no problem saying a quick statement, man. As far as saying, you know what, man, that was my past, and I don't want to be involved in it. And you could take the documentary for what it is, or for whatever, for however you want to interpret the document. That's you, right? I don't want to be a part of it, and that's it. He doesn't have to. I'm not asking Brad to sit there and give me a whole fucking testimony of a play-by-play of what happened. All I'm asking is a simple yes or no. That's it. Go about your life. A simple yes or no. That's all it is. Simple yes, no, leave me alone. And that's it. And I will respectfully oblige. Okay, sorry, Lucas. Sorry. All right. But it's always better to hear it from the horse's mouth. All right. Does Brad? Does Frank? Do these guys want their darker secret to come out to everybody they know? Instead of just facing the music and say, you know what, man, that documentary was a part of my life. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody goes about their business. That's it. Man, thank you, Clayton Bigsby. Keep up the good work. Seems like you're the only one that's really trying to get the work done. Thank you. Nah, man. You see, I've been MIA, man. I've been out of the network for about going on fucking, you can say about months, man. Ever since I've been contemplating on what to do. I'm suing that dude piece of shit, Dante, for defamation of character. I got a good case. I have all the evidence. I have all the videos. I have all the malice. I have all the intentions. That's why I'm continuing to do videos on a daily basis, man. Right? Yes, I'm a public figure, but it still doesn't give you a right to make false statements off of a public figure. I can expect criticism, opinions, but false statements that damage and has ruined my character. Liable. You're liable for it, man. All right. I know I'm not gonna fuck up my case because I don't speak any kind of defamation. I don't speak lies. Everything I speak about is actions and statements on these pieces of shits. Now, I suggest if you want to talk about me, respectfully, do it with facts, not with the alleged or this or no, or manipulating any kind of legal documents. If you don't understand legal documents, I suggest don't even put them out there, right? Because once again, manipulating legal documents is against the law too, man. Especially when you're trying to use it to defame someone's character. If you were a lawyer, it would be considered malpractice. But since you're not a lawyer and you're just a public figure citizen like myself, it's considered defamation of someone's character. And at that point, it makes you liable. So, by you being liable, there has to be some kind of consequences. I don't know what the consequences are. You should already read the relief of what I'm asking, right? You should already read the complaint and the relief I'm asking. It's all there. It's all there. I've already publicly showed you the pre-trial hearing on my channel, and that's because where our beef is through social media, right? We started this through social media, so it's not like you live next door. I've already tried to mail you stuff and you denied it. I had to get you served for you to respect it and accept it. So now, social media, Texas allows me to, to deliver stuff through you in that method. It's publicly showing you, here you go, right? The pre-trial, here we go. No, that's the thing. Everybody he knew that from the beginning, right? So that's what you call pure malice intentions, right? He knew from the beginning that my birthdays didn't match, right? Because he had my criminal record from the very beginning. He's had all these tactics to use him as ammunition. Well, I'm gonna use your criminal record. That didn't work. I'm gonna dox you. That didn't work. I'm gonna manipulate this legal document. That worked for a little bit until I said, man, what can I do? And what I could do is sue him for defamation of character and prove his intentions were pure malice. That's what it is, right? I have 4 key points in a civil case. Did he know? Did he publish a false statement? He did everything. It's easy. I can tell you more, but once I show you the videos, it's self-explanatory. No, you're cool. I don't hate you, V. I mean, everybody had their their opinion based off one person's false statements, right? That's what happens, right? Am I happy? Man, fuck no, right? But I can't. That's the effect, man. That's those are the consequences of spreading false statements, right? That me and you never had no problem, but until those false statements came out, allegations of this and that, it started painting a negative picture in people's minds about me, and I accept that. I understand that, right? I totally understand that. There was nobody gave me the opportunity to speak and be like, hey, look, this is the truth. If you don't believe me, here, go look for it, right? Nobody, everywhere that I know, and you're accused, you have the right to defend yourself, man. Here, you're accusing me of this, but it was they said too much stuff about me that it was pointless for me to say anything, right? Because it was gonna come off me always crashing out, because it's lies, right? Because it had people to the point that yourself was believing all this stuff. And not only yourself, but so many other people were believing it. Right? So many other people were believing it that it became almost like a movement. Oh, me too. Oh, you're this, you're that, right? So my only way of combating it was, hey, taking legal action against the dude, right? Because I know 99.9 of the stuff that he said was false, and he knew, with malice intentions, knew what he was doing. He's not doing what I'm doing, reporting on Mark Moore's facts and statements, right? I'm talking about Mark Moore's statements and actions and stuff he said and did. I'm not making shit up, right? Now, Dante, on the other hand, he went towards left field and started making all kinds of wild scenarios, painting pictures in people's minds and all this and that. Instead of reading a legal document that says not guilty, innocent by the state of Texas. Now, if you wanted to question why the state of Texas found me innocent and not guilty, then you should have done your research, right? Because nowhere in that document says conviction or plead out or any kind of shit like that. If you can't interpret or understand legal documents, don't talk about it. Because you get yourself in a pickle, right? And what people don't understand is that the two worst things people can speak about defamation of character is two things: medical and sexual misconduct. Those two are the seriousness of defamation of character, right? When you call somebody for sexual misconduct, that's like a felony, man. If you want to put it into like a misdemeanor and a felony, well, in a civil matter, calling people a pedophile, a rapist without any kind of convictions, any kind of solidified proof, anything, victim statements, a victim, anything. It's your responsibility, especially if today's day and age, everybody that's a content creator is slash. Now, once you make a video, you're now a public figure. So now, depending on what you're gonna go about, if you're gonna go reporting stuff like a journalist does, but then you're gonna be held to the same rules and requirements that a journalist has. And the number one priority of a journalist is to not tell lies, to tell the story as to the best of their knowledge. Fact check, fact check, fact check, fact check. Right? And since having a big platform, you should have known what you were doing was pure malice and intentions. Pure malice. Your intentions was to assassinate my character, have me shunned from the community, which you succeeded. Because just like Javi says, she thinks I hate her because on her perspective on the way she looked at me based off your false statements. You see the consequences of false statements on what it leads to. Now, it's luckily that it's V, that it's a girl. What if it's what if V would have been a ex-felon that's on a like the so-called Alaska Avenger, or these guys that, oh man, put him in the right. Now I got a real nemesis. Now I got a real enemy. You dox me, you put my life in jeopardy. It's like all this over what? To try to normalize the deviancy of a man that was doing horrible things, man. And that's why God has protected me, man. God has protected me. You think there's really going to be a crash out? V. V. Please look. Before I get off real quick, because I have a doctor's appointment right now. Please, V. Don't listen to none of that story. Don't. He did not talk to my baby mama, right? He did not talk to my baby mama. He thinks my baby mama's name is fucking. Let me see what Sabrina. Sabrina, or I can't. Listen. My baby mama, first or second, Dante would be the last dude they would talk to, right? I have not been with my first baby mama for over 17 years. Matter of fact, I haven't even talked to her over 16 years, right? Personally said a word to her, right? Personally said a word to her. The only way I know she's doing what she's doing is through my kids, right? She would never, I don't have scorned baby mamas, right? I don't have scorned baby mamas that are gonna come out and talk bad about me, right? I'm not that type of man, right? I'm not that type of man. I'm not that type of father, right? You think my first baby mama is gonna hate me that I took care of our two kids? I raised them up to be good. My daughter's going to school. She's in a relationship for 5-6 years already. She's going to school, got her own place. You think the first mother has any kind of animosity towards me? Do you think so? Well, then you don't know me, man. All right? Because there's no reason for her to hate me. No reason. No reason. I left the relationship, right? I left to become better. If I was with her, I was gonna end up in prison because she was more of an encourager, man. She would encourage me to do bad stuff, right? She would motivate me, right? And once you have a girl that motivates you to do bad stuff, it makes it a lot easier to do bad stuff, right? But I knew that I didn't want to go to prison, and so I separated her from her, right? And she's not. I bet you anything, V. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? I bet you anything. Put any kind of amount of money that you want to put up. I guarantee you my baby mama would never talk to him. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Maybe if somebody reached out to him and said, hey, I'm so-and-so, portraying himself as, that's totally different. We know how he plays. We know how he plays with the fake Mendenhall, Betty the cook. How many fake interviews has this person got? Right. That's what you have to ask. Right. You have to ask yourself that. I'll bet anybody want to bet me. And if you're so confident that Dante talked to my baby mama, put a bag on it. Come on. Anybody. I challenge anybody. If anybody and everybody is so confident that this dude talked to my baby mama, he must still have the contact, and let me talk to her. All right? Put me in contact with my baby mama. All right? Tell Dante, hey, put Noel in contact with his baby mama. That's all you have to do. Put me in contact. Put me. I'll do a video. Y'all go tell Dante to go get my baby mama and let's do a video together. Right? How about that? Would that be a better scenario? Since Dante has contact with my baby mama, let's all do a chat. Let's all do a video. Let's get to the bottom. Right? Go call my baby mama, set up the chat, send me the StreamYard link, and I will be more willingly to click on it. And we'll chat. We'll chop it up. I will chop it up with y'all. But it has to be my baby mama. I gotta see who it is. I gotta see who it is. Right? Because the name doesn't fit. The name doesn't fit. But if for all the naysayers, go get my baby mama in the chat. Right? Since she reached out to you, you should have no problem reaching back out to her and be like, hey, let's get a live. He said he wants to do a live with you. So y'all can talk about it. For you can talk about what I was doing, right? What did he say? That I had hepatitis C or that I had AIDS from sleeping with prostitutes? More defamation. Bring it up, man. I told you. The two worst things of defamation character, medical and sexual misconduct. You just keep digging. It's like you dig yourself, keep on digging yourself in a hole. So please, let's go get my. From now on, she's gonna be referred to as BM1. You know, baby mama 1, BM1. We need to get BM1 on so we can verify, fact check, and we can discuss these medical conditions, right? But we need BM1 first. No, okay, yes. But since he said it, since he has contact with her, he should have contact. Right? Because if Dante's baby mama calls me right now, hey, I'm keeping that number and saving. I'm saving that number. If I guarantee you, if Dante's baby mama was to call me and tell me something about Dante, man, I'm saving that fucking number. That number's gold. I ain't never deleting that number. Shit, because I could probably Cash App or something and have a small discussion and get something from out. Hey, so what was Noel? What was Dante up there doing? How was he? Right? That's a source. That's a source. That's your number one source. Right? If you have somebody that has deep information about you, why are you gonna let that number go? Fuck, that's gold. That in itself is gold. Because here you got somebody that got information about horrific information that you can spread and defame people's character and paint your narrative a picture that you want. Why would you delete or lose that contact? It makes no sense. But I ask. So now, V, since you go to all these, you're friends with all of us, or you visit all of us, go ask him, hey, why didn't you, can you get in contact with this baby mama? I mean, why? I mean, that's an important, that's everything in life. You need a source. You need somebody to tell you something. If you don't know it, that's what you call a source. So BM1 would have been a perfect source for my own demise, right? My baby mama knows me since we were teenagers. My baby mama, BM1, knows me since we were teenagers. Like I said, we met in juvenile hall. Right? It's weird, right? I wanna reminisce with her on how we used to ride the DART bus. You know what I mean? All the way to downtown Dallas for fucked up school, right? Because once you get kicked out of regular school, you go to downtown. Right. So, man, get BM1 back on the phone and let's chop it up. Right. That way we can get to the bottom of the truth, since he's saying he got all this information from my BM1. Well, then let's get BM1 on the phone. Let's get her on the chat. Hit me the StreamYard link, and I'll be the first one to click and enter the studio, and hey, let's chop it up. Right. Because like I said, if somebody calls me and that's all he has to do. Right? I painted it perfect. If somebody was to reach out for me and tell me stuff about Dante, man, I wouldn't delete that number. All right? That's a source. So go find that source, because you're gonna need it, man. You're gonna need it for court. Right? You're gonna have to point the finger at somebody, but you still makes you liable. Don't matter if you heard it from Susie or Joe Blow, it's still your rightfully responsibility to fact check before you publish it again. Right? So go back through your contacts, find my BM1, chop it up, hit me, send me the StreamYard link, and hey, I'll click on it, man. Cause you're gonna need as much help as you can, man. And by me debunking who this BM1 is real quick, just gonna prove more that you're just fucking liable, man. All right, your intent, your malice. Either way, it doesn't look good for you, man. All right, and it's not too much, man. I don't know, right? I don't know if after I win, if I can go sue Google and YouTube for allowing you to perform all this dangerous behavior on YouTube, right? I know there's not a policy to where you can report deleted videos, you know, so you have to go the legal route that way, right? Once I win my verdict and I have proof of that you manipulated and used YouTube, violated YouTube community guidelines, I can then go sue YouTube and Google for allowing you to use their platform and weaponize it for the wrong. Cyberbullying, defamation of people's character, doxing. So everything the community guidelines ask you not to do. But since you deleted the videos and there's really no history of them going back, and then you really can't show them videos because in the way the videos are deleted, right? But once you have a legal action, you take it up to then you go and file a civil suit against Google and YouTube, right? For cyberbullying and letting this guy do whatever he wants to do by deleting, because they know, YouTube knows that this stuff goes on and there's no safeguard, there's nothing in place to protect the subscribers or content creators of this behavior. It's dangerous behavior, right? And if I can prove it that it's happening and they're deleting it and there's nothing in place for YouTube or Google to safeguard the subscribers and audience, well, then they're liable as well, all right, for allowing this type of dangerous behavior to continue on their platform. So y'all have a good one, boy. Yeah.